Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So, Mission Impossible secret agents, hidden Dominion voting machines, Trump reinstated in 6 months, and a gladiator event with China. What do these things all have in common? Yes, there is a lot of crazy shit going on and a lot to dissect here, guys. So you know what that means. It's time for an episode of Get the Fuck Out.
Get the fuck out of here. No, I cannot. It's serious.
So the lunacy continues, and all I can think is put the crack pipe down. Seriously. Here's the deal. My cute fellow loon, Mike Lindell, he was recently interviewed by Rolling Stone. That's the magazine. And he told the reporter that not only will Trump be reinstated in 6 months, but he's, quote, the only president in my lifetime who wasn't in it for the ego. And he worked for the people, not his own interests. Right. So let me get this straight. The guy who refused to show his tax returns, the guy who violated the emoluments clause from day one because he was taking money from foreign entities because he refused to divest his companies. That's the guy who was in it for the people, right? The guy who literally told his personal attorney, Michael Cohen, that he didn't actually want to be president. He didn't want to win in 2016. He only ran because he said it would be the greatest infomercial in the history of the planet. That's the guy who was in it for the people, not because of his ego. And I could go on and on. I mean, but you guys know every self-centered, ego-driven, grifty thing that fool did. I mean, you could probably say it even better than I can. So, and what happened to August? That's the other thing. Lindell kept saying he's going to be back in the White House by August. And then Trump was going around telling people, I'm going to be back in the White House by August. God, these grifters know how to drag out their lies and keep people on the hook. So now Lindell is telling people that he has Dominion and Smartmatic voting machines, and he's keeping them in secret locations. He has them in undisclosed locations throughout the United States. So we don't know how he got them. We don't know what exactly he's doing with them or to them. I'm just saying, I don't know. But here's what we do know. Lindell has challenged China to attend his cyber forensic election symposium. Now, whatever the hell that is, right? He was on a show recently and he was talking to angry racist Santa on a bender, otherwise known as Steve Bannon. He told Bannon, quote, I want to have congressmen there. I want to have senators there. Everybody can get there. Then once we show all the cyber guys and they can ask their questions and they're all going, wow, it's going to be like showing them a spaceship. You haven't seen anything like this. This is a miracle. What? What the hell is he talking about? Seriously? I mean, first of all, a miracle? Let's say he could prove election fraud. How is that a miracle? A miracle is walking on water, not proving something was rigged, not proving that a machine changed votes. That's not a miracle, Mike. I don't know. Maybe in his world that's called a miracle, but I don't know. No wonder this guy loves Trump, because they speak the same babble. I mean, what the hell? He is seriously, anyway, and then he says everybody can get there. Of course everyone can get there. Is it being held on the moon or something? I mean, why wouldn't people be able to get there? Anyway, he may have misspoke with that line, but he's just not, things are not right. I'll just put it that way. Anyway, Bannon called this whole thing, this symposium that he's going to hold, or supposedly hold, a gladiator event. That's what he said it was. And then he said, quote, "This is like Gladiator 2. This is the sequel we always wanted. Mike Lindell and his cyber gladiators." Yeah, right. Except for the fact that no one in the room will have abs or muscles or be remotely attractive. Oh, and there won't be weapons. Nobody's going to die. And Lindell's people probably won't even show up because they know they're full of shit. They know they're just telling him what he wants to hear and they're stealing his money. But other than that, yeah, exactly. Exactly like a gladiator event. So anyway, then Bannon asked Lindell if he's going to invite the Chinese Communist Party. And Lindell says, "Oh, absolutely, yeah." And then he says, quote, "This is the miracle, Steve. This is what God has done for our country. When we get out there and be one nation under God again, this can be the biggest uniting of our country ever. Whether you're a Democrat or a Republican or what you are, boom, against a common enemy, the CCP that used the Democratic Party to steal our election and invade our country. How about no, you crazy bastard?" Seriously. "No, Mike, no. I and millions of others will never unite with people like you and Steve Bannon or the domestic terrorists who attacked the Capitol on January 6th. Not going to happen. Thank you for the invite, but I have to wash my hair that day." So now here's the secret agents. Here's the Mission Impossible secret agents that I was referring to. This is where they come in. Lindell has a sidekick, a little buddy, if you will, and I think you might. His name is Dr. Douglas Frank, and he's an election denier just like Lindell. So this Dr. Frank was recently on this right-wing YouTube show, and he told them that, quote, he called these people that Lindell hired, quote, Mission Impossible secret agent kind of people. And he said, quote, "So he hired people that are brilliant computer technical experts to go to these places and actually do it." Okay. Basically, what their job is, should they choose to accept it, and apparently they did, their job is to break into facilities, he told them, online. He said this on a YouTube show. Break into facilities where IP addresses are being stored, and these IP addresses are somehow, some way connected to the 2020 ballots. Seriously, you can't make this shit up. Do they realize they're admitting to crimes in a public forum, online? These people are as stupid as the MAGA terrorists who attacked the Capitol and then blasted their crimes all over the internet. And get this. Okay, so Salon is the outlet that broke this part of the story, the part about the secret special spy agents. And so they reached out to Lindell to try to get a comment about these super secret double probation spies. And he said, quote, "Did you forget that you don't exist in my world? You are a terrible journalist. Zachary Patrizio is an evil, terrible journalist." That is my quote. So, wow. You would think He'd want to talk about all the ways he's going to save the country and save democracy. And he's going to bring us all together, right? We're all going to kumbaya and get together. I mean, I guess this reporter isn't included. He's not invited to unite with the rest of everybody, but oh my. And the journalist pointed out how Lindell makes these wild claims all the time. He talks about all these teams of people he has. If you guys remember, he talked about how he had all these highly skilled, ultra sophisticated people, and they were working on his social media site, a lot of air quotes today. But he was saying how it was going to be incredible. It was going to take over. It was going to be even better than YouTube and Twitter combined, put them out of business. It's still not working. It's basically still a vlog. There's nothing to it. Oh, and on top of that, it has massive security issues that experts said they could hack into it in a second. So yeah. And then he also said at one point he had private investigators and they were looking into why basically Trump wasn't getting his ass kissed enough over at Fox News and why they weren't inviting him on anymore. And then he said he also had investigators looking into the governors in Georgia and Arizona because they wouldn't go along with the whole stop the steal nonsense. Yeah, nothing has ever come of these so-called investigations, of course, but this just cracks me up, okay? So let me tell you guys, it reminds me of my grandfather. Growing up, we grew up in a home with our grandparents and our parents. It's kind of like the old-fashioned Italian thing where you just kind of live in a multi-generation home and you don't move out. I mean, my brothers and I broke that mold, but yeah, we grew up in a home with our grandparents and our parents. Anyway, we would have a lot of parties and there was a better than 50% chance at every single party that my grandfather was going to, at some point at someone and say something to the effect of, I'm having my people look into you. My people are looking into you. Now, my grandfather was an alcoholic and he was loaded off his ass starting at about 5 a.m. in the morning every single day of my life. So there you go. Oh my God. Oh, these people, oh, they give me such joy. They make me laugh. My clowns. All right. Anyway, guys, when I hear more of this lunacy, I will let you know because I guarantee there's more coming. But I'll keep you posted. As always, please like, share, subscribe. Please become a supporter or a friend of the show so we can hang out together every month. You can find the link to that, to those two options down in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.